The Driver, your source for the latest car news and reviews.
We're at the 2017 Canadian International Auto Show, checking out the all-new Chevy Equinox. This one is all new for 2017, and we'll just go over some of the specs that we see here. As you can see, this is the Equinox Premier trim level, and it's equipped with a 1.5-liter turbocharged Ecotec engine, 4-cylinder transmission, 170 horsepower output, 203 pound-feet of torque, 6-speed automatic Chevy MyLink, which is their touchscreen system that they use for the infotainment, and 7-speaker Bose audio system, Android Auto. Also, you will see here it says the engine choices are a 1.5-liter turbo, a 2.0-liter turbo, and it's matched to a 9-speed automatic. What's interesting is you'll notice here that it says it also has a 1.6-liter turbo diesel option, which should be interesting to see how that performs, because I've never seen it on a compact SUV from GM. Pricing is not yet released, and fuel economy is 7.6 liters per 100 kilometers highway. So let's walk around. As you can see, these wheels are nice and large. This one specifically is equipped with 19-inch wheels. The design in the back is kind of unique, but we've seen this on the Cruise and the Malibu. You know, this two dual-panel cluster of tail lamps. As you can see, this is the all-wheel drive model, and let's open the trunk. So as we open the trunk, we can notice what I just noticed was these are actually LEDs, these tail lamps. So if I hit this button back here, you'll notice just by the way they flash, it's they're all LEDs. So let's pop this trunk back open. So the red portion is LEDs, these are not. The trunk space is just okay. It's not amazing, just because of, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's the roof line sloping a bit too much, or if it is the rear seats coming back too much, but there's not a lot of vertical space here for the back seats in this category, so in the compact SUV category. Plus the cargo room itself is very shallow. As you can see, we have the floor and we have the ceiling, and it's not that big of an opening. That's just my opinion. Depending on what you drive right now, you might feel differently, but we have a power outlet here, and over here we have what might be what I thought it was. It's for the seats. That's pretty cool that you can control it using those two levers. Too bad you can't push it back up using those levers, but definitely cool. Here, I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's more technical. So let's close this. Like I mentioned, this is the Premier model, so you have remote trunk, or sorry, a power trunk. And as I step inside the driver's seat, I notice a nice bright screen. This is very commonplace in a lot of Chevy models. I think the Malibu has a similar screen setup. These buttons are a bit plasticky compared to the Ford ones that I've tried, but I love how they look. I like the kind of the way they kind of look like an old-fashioned cell phone almost, just by the way buttons are positioned. You have an electronic park over here, and the shifter is pretty traditional. In the center you have a multi-information display all kinds of information pertinent to the driver, and you have start-stop on this model. Here you have the headlights, here's the fog lights, and here are the memory seats. And this one is for the trunk. The seats feel very firm. There's a nice perforation on them and a colored stitch. The center console is a decent size. It's not too wide, but it's very deep. As you can see, you can probably put your whole arm in here, depending on how big your arm is. 2 USB. And this is the all-wheel drive button. For the steering wheel, it's pretty unique actually. You have kind of a rubbery button set up over here that feels nice when you touch it. But it does have a lot of buttons that probably wouldn't go here, such as this collision mitigation. It's not like I always need to be adjusting that, so that would probably be better off putting that button over here or something. So I don't want to accidentally hit that while I'm playing around with my cruise control. But yeah, I like the steering wheel. Feels nice and solid. Nice leather around it as well. Here you have a sunglass holder. A nice large panoramic sunroof. It's kind of like a dual panel sunroof. And that's all controllable through here. Sunroof stretches all the way to just right above the rear seat. So let's go to the back and see how much space we have back there. So the legroom back here is actually pretty decent. You have a lot of space just because, like I mentioned, the cargo area isn't that wide, so you might experience a lot more room back here because of that. But here are the air conditioning vents. Here you have heated seats as well. This has been a look at the all-new Chevy Equinox at the Canadian International Auto Show.
For the latest car news and reviews, go to www.thedriver.ca.